You guys know what time it is, and thank you for joining us in the Locker Room Show. I am your host, Coach Terrence Wood. We're getting this thing rocking. We got an amazing guest tonight. It's the football season, so I know you guys got a lot going through your mind. There's a lot of topics that we definitely got to cover. But if you're joining us for the first time, you guys, the Locker Room Show is where it goes down. Every single Thursday, we bring in the best of the best from the football industry, people who have lived this game that want to share their story with you. Tonight's no different. So let me start off with my co-host, the one that holds me down on the other side of the defense every single Thursday. That is none other than Q, the Guru. What's going on, Guru?
Man, what's going on? What's going on with me? Man, look, first of all, I found my cocoa butter before we went on the air. That's the first thing. The second thing is my Jayhawks back in the poll. And y'all saw them knock out Oklahoma. That's a big win. Hey, we the real deal, man. Y'all better tune in. We got Iowa State this week. Hey, for my Buff fans, welcome back to the Big 12, man. Y'all see what it is, man. The boys back in the poll, dog. We balling.
All right. You know the Jayhawks?
I told y'all, boy.
Hey, I must have got about 25 different texts when Oklahoma and the Jayhawks were playing this past weekend. You know he's going to ride hard for Rock Chalk Jayhawk. But tonight ain't about the Jayhawks. Tonight ain't about the Buffs. Tonight is about the young man that you see in the middle of the screen, you guys. This is somebody that was a dog in the Bay Area coming out of St. Francis High School, was fortunate enough, you guys, to go play for the Oregon Ducks. Many of you guys dream about playing for the Oregon Ducks, but he's already done it. He also finished his career up at Boise State, another great program. And then you guys fortunate enough to get picked up by his hometown team, San Francisco 49ers, current USFL running back, amazing young man off the field. I've known this young man since he was in high school, so I'm always looking for him to do well. And this is none other than the great Cyrus Habibi-Likio. What's going on, Playmaker?
True, man. Just chilling. Thank you for having me, man. I'm excited. It's a long time coming, man. And, man, let's get it popping. This is dope.
Let's get it going. Let's get it going. So, hey, I know that some of you guys are joining us live. Whether you're joining us live or you're joining us for the recording, please sit back, grab your popcorn, because we got a great show for you tonight. And then if you are with us live, our comment section is open. We will have a Q&A moment at the end too. So let's get into it, you guys. Once again, amazing guest tonight. This is somebody that I've seen rip it up in the Pac-10. He's ripped it up in the Mount West Conference, you guys. Big time recruit in high school. You see the options coming out of St. Francis. So, we're not just dealing with somebody that doesn't know what they're talking about. This man knows what he's talking about. But let's get into it. Right there on the bottom ticker is all of our topics. The first one is about manifesting your dreams, Cyrus. A lot of people, like I said, dream about toting the rock in Eugene, Oregon. Looking at Phil Knight and knowing Uncle Phil. You already done it, man. When did it really dawn on you had that type of potential? You had that major Power 5 toting the rock type potential.
Yeah, most definitely. It all started off for me. So I didn't start playing running back till about 7th or 8th grade. I was always the bigger kid in Pop Warner. So automatically they'll move me to the O-line, pulling guard. I'm hitting people. And that's the first time I kind of had the rock in my hand. And then I realized that, it was something pretty special after, a season of doing it. During that first season, I was just having fun, and I didn't really realize that, man, I'm scoring all these touchdowns. I'm running, over 1,000 yards and all this stuff. Yeah. And then we went to Florida and played, and I was still doing well against the Florida boys. I was playing Virginia boys, all those dudes. So I'm like, oh, man, I'm pretty good at this. And then I got the freshman ball, and it was a lot easier than even Pop Warner. There's no weight limit, so guys were slower. So I'm like, I'm just tearing the field up. And I'm like, man, I can really do this. But I kind of really realized, too, was around that 7th, 8th grade time, I was waking up every Saturday at 5 a.m., 6 a.m., running hills, Kids were still sleeping in from, playing video games all night. I was running hills. I was watching highlights, finding ways to get better. And then how it all started off with Oregon was, I grew up going to Stanford games. I grew up right down the street from that stadium. And, I would see Oregon come into town. I'm young. I love the uniforms. And I just told myself, I'm like, man, the power of mind is crazy. If you really set your mind to something, I just told myself, I'm like, man, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get there somehow, one way or the other. And, it all panned out. So, yeah.
That's amazing. Was that inherent in you from mom or dad, or did somebody say you got to wake up that early to make it?
Yeah. So at first it was my uncle. I didn't want to at first, right? I was like, man, I'd rather sleep in, wake up, play video games, chill, go hang out with my friends. But after about, a few weeks, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks of doing it, I just fell in love with it. At first I faked the funk. I didn't like it at first. And I faked it till I made it. And I was just told myself, hey, I love this, even though I didn't. And it just ended up turning into something that I really loved. And, but definitely, I come from a football family. Hard work is huge, in my family. So it naturally came after, a little bit of time.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. And shouts out to your uncle, who I know has been real influential, and your mom. So let's get on to our next topic, you guys. And this one definitely caught my attention, being a former Buff. And you always see my boys rocking the jewelry. They're showing the watch and the big chains. And unfortunately, you guys, the Buffs took 2 losses last Saturday.
Yeah, man.
They took a loss on the field with UCLA, but it looks like Coach Prime said some boys lost some money, substantial amount of money and jewelry missing from the Buffs locker room. And Coach Prime wants either the Rose Bowl or Pac-12, somebody to reimburse them. But I wanted to run this one by you guys. We'll start off with you, Q. Do you think that, hey, you're flashing your jewelry, this is just what comes with the territory? Or do you think that people should be repaying the Buffs and getting them back their jewelry?
I think you need to be more mindful, because it's one of those things when you put the spotlight on you the way that they have, and it's not that it's bad. Shador has been playing his heart out all season, man. But it's a lot that comes with that. It's a lot of people, that's going to be hating. There's people's going to be gunning for you on and off the field. It's just like, when you travel with your family, man, make sure you secure your valuables. I don't know really what to tell you, man. Yeah. I would hope all the years Prime's been wearing jewelry like he does, that they would have insurance. So that being said, I would think it wouldn't even be a big deal, assuming they had insurance on it. But I don't know. But you just need to be more mindful. When you do travel, I don't know why kids will be traveling with an insane amount of cash anyway. Whoever got robbed for their cash. You're going to play ball. You're not going to Vegas. Exactly. So I don't know what's up with that. But it's all a part of learning, right? So next time you go, hey man, you better tuck your Debo down the street, man. That's what I do. Exactly. Or don't bring it.
Good point. So talk to me, Si. Obviously we all love a little bling. You got your bling on.
Yeah, for this segment, let me tuck my
I'm telling
Do you think, I got the great Jimmy Rucker in here saying that he thinks this is an inside job.
Hey, Jimmy, it could have
been. When you come to LA, you might have some boys watching you and working at the concessions.
Exactly.
Get back to the dorm, the same chain pop up on eBay like, hey, man,
exactly.
But talk to me, Si. Do you think at this level, the college level, seriously, do you think they're doing a little too much at CU, or do you think that, hey, they should be able to do that and not have to worry about their jewelry?
Yeah, no, for sure. For me, like you said, Q, it's a learning experience, right? First of all, you come into LA, it's one of the worst when it comes to robbery. And you see celebrities now, they're getting robbed or, unfortunately passing away due to certain things. But, now with the NIL and everyone's making money, that's great. Go ahead, show it all. I'm big, right? I just got out of college. I'm big on college guys enjoying their career, enjoying the fruits. Go ahead, wear your jewelry, all that. But at the same time, too, I mean, you're a young man. Be smart, right? I would have wore my shop gold. I would have wore the fake jewelry.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I would have, I would have done something. I
Right.
get it. Look good, play good, feel good, and it's hard not to wear the jewelry and look good. I mean, look who your head coach is, right? I think when it comes to the football world and jewelry and bling, he's the king of it, right? So I get it. Do I think they should be reimbursed? I'm iffy about that. I'm back and forth on it. Yeah, it'd be cool if maybe they could give some of the ticket sales and reimburse them. But at the same time, they're all young men. Like, be smart here. It's not much what you can do. I'm sure they got Dion and them will make it up to them somehow, or it'll just be a learning experience.
Yeah. Maybe they get an NIL deal with like Jared. K Jewelers or something.
Security.
I'm taking advantage. If I'm a college player, I'm taking advantage of it. I'm be like, any jewelry, I just got robbed. Who's going resupply me?
Right.
And
exactly.
You know what I'm saying? So
exactly.
It's expensive. It's expensive.
But Coach, listen, have I not been saying from day one, if you're the guy, especially if you're the guy, right? Everyone knows you getting the NIL money, you got the notoriety. I keep saying these boys have got to have security. You get even in college, I'm having security. I'm not going to any parties on campus without a bodyguard. I'm not going off campus without a bodyguard. And when I travel and I got jewelry, I got a bodyguard. Whether the university pays for it or I pay for it out of my own NIL money, I got security.
100.
I don't care if I'm 18 years old. I got security.
Straight up.
I've been saying that.
Straight up.
And you young athletes listening to this, once again, this doesn't have to be a learning lesson just for these buffs. It's also a learning lesson for you.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of other athletes rocking jewelry too. So you guys keep that in mind. You could get got if you're in the wrong locker room. And it's definitely, if you're going to play UCLA, you already know. So we're on to our next topic.
Imagine USC.
I know. They taking your jewelry and your shoes.
And your girl.
Oh, exactly.
Your backpack gone, all of that.
You guys crazy.
Yeah, wear your uniform back to the crib.
We love you, UCLA and USC. We know that some good things going on.
Watts, California.
Cali, baby. They seen your home butt booking naked, boy. Ain't got nothing for you.
Oh
These two. So I shouldn't have put these two together. I'm already seeing. So we're on to our next topic, you guys. And once again, appreciate you joining with us and rocking with us on this Thursday night. And this is a big one, The transfer portal happens to be a big deal. Obviously, not in me and Q's day, but somebody that we have tonight actually exercised their option to go into the portal and had a great career at both schools. And I wanted to talk to you and glad to bring you inside because now there's limitations on the transfer portal. There's timelines and you can only go in once, without any hassle. What's your opinion on that, man? First of all, how was the experience for you? And do you think there should be any limitations?
Yeah, for me, it was a great experience. I was fortunate enough that my defensive coordinator at Oregon took the head coaching job at Boise State. So Andy Avalos, right? He took a lot of guys from behind the scenes, player personnel, those dudes, all from Oregon, a couple of recruiting guys. So I came into a place where I was familiar, right? I was with these guys before. So for me, it worked out. I enjoyed my time at Boise State. It was awesome. As far as the limitations, I mean, I get it. You don't want to have unlimited. I agree with it. You don't want guys just unlimited time every year going to a different school, bouncing here and there without any penalty. I think the one time is great. And I think I'm not sure is there another way for if it's like a family problem, right? They can get
a petition. Yeah, a hardship.
Yeah. So I mean, I definitely agree with that.
Or if you graduate.
Yeah, to graduate as two.
Right, that's true.
Like I said, I mean, I was young. I was 16, 17 years old. I committed to the University of Oregon. And I loved it there. It was amazing. I did 4 hard years there, won a Rose Bowl, Pac-12 championships, all that stuff. But it's a big decision at such a young age. So I definitely agree with the one freebie, or, you know, that one time. On the fence about two, because you never know. I could have went to Boise State. I could have had a different situation, and it could have just been a disaster, right? They could have, you know, sometimes coaches, they present one thing and it could be the other, right? Or, you know, something. So I feel like 2 is the number I'm a rock with. Just in case if something happens, or maybe that second time transferring, there should be valid reasons, right? If for something you can, almost like a petition in a way, without penalty. So that's where I stand.
Yeah.
Okay. Q, where do you stand, man? Because the coaches can move any day, any time. Maybe they have to do a little buyout or something, you know, but coaches can leave. These boys only get 4 years on the field, man. Should it be theirs to do what they want, or should it be just one unhassled transfer?
I mean, you would like to. I would like to say it has to be some type of limitations, but I would think one, man, that's hard to answer, Coach, because it's like it's been where you might not get it right the first time. Okay, fine, but then again, it's like, where are the parameters if again you do see a kid transferring 2, 3, 4 times? So I would say on the second time, I would think you've matured, you know, and you should be able to get it right on that you know, that initial transfer. Okay, now I'm at where I'm supposed to be, and I can go ahead and finish out my career. But yeah, if you make it unlimited, I mean, you see kids in some instances that would literally be at 3 different universities, maybe even 4 in 4 years. Exactly. You know, and that's allowing a kid to be where, well, when you go out and you start a business, and you know, you can't leave, or if you have a career, you have a job, you can't bounce around like that. So at some point in time, you're gonna have to dig your feet in and be like, okay, I'm gonna have to take this on the chin and fight through it and make the best of the situation. And hopefully, I get it right the second time.
Exactly.
Two. Okay, so we've got an agreement there on 2, and I see people in here talking about JT Daniels, the JT Daniels rule. Jimmy Chucker and Coach Fall saying transfer every year so you can have a tattoo from every school.
That's like me. No,
and they don't even know the fight song, Coach.
Coach, right? Coach Fall said,
guys over there mumbling the fight song.
Man, I have no idea.
It just clapped it.
Man, it's been 3 schools in 4 years. Well, I'm telling you, that's crazy.
There you go. Well, on to our next topic, you guys, and this one was interesting. Obviously, in the NFL, it's a little bit different than at the college level. You know, a little bit more cutthroat. But the Raiders said they're through. They're through. Mr. Davis, young Davis, said it's time for everybody to go. He might have kicked out the custodian and everybody, but Josh McDaniels and you guys, the GM right here, the superstar Max Crosby, firing off about the situation. So I wanted to bring this one to you guys because we always like to bring a different angle side. And you're a running back, man. You know how critical your head coach is. You know how critical just synergy is amongst the coaching staff. Some of these guys for the Raider might be up for a free agent opportunity. Some of them are fringe players, you know, where their future may be in the balance. What's your feelings, man, on just them demolishing everything even before the middle of the season?
Yeah.
What's your feelings on that?
You know, I feel like with what they just did and what the NFL does when they're able to do that, I mean, at first, and maybe some type of rule, but I just think at least hopefully the NFL there should be some type of rule where, I mean, it has to be as organized as possible that there's somebody next up. Obviously they have those, you know, the assistant coaches stepping up. But I don't know too much about the GM, which is crazy to me. As a GM getting fired mid-season is wild. Not even mid-season.
It's not even mid-season.
I get a head coach, but a GM is like, oh, damn, you know. So, man, I mean,
it's the Raiders.
Yeah, Exactly,
Right,
right. And it would be the Raiders out of all teams. And I can
Right.
respectfully say that I'm from out here. So it's like I've been dealing with this my whole life. So, so
Facts.
man, I get the head coach thing, but the GM is wild to me. They better have somebody. I don't know how it works for the GM. Is it how they have a coach step up, or is it just going to be blank at GM and the owners will handle it? I think there should be a what is the interim head GM? A GM to step in spot.
head coach.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But I get the circumstances of the Raiders as well. They're frustrated, and I think their fans are frustrated as well. I would be too if I was a fan. They've been going through a roller coaster, a lot of ups and downs. So I think maybe the GM and head coach getting fired is just a statement like, hey, this is time to turn everything around. So it could work. I pray it works in their favor. Yeah. So my to summarize it all, they should just have someone up next. It should, that should be a rule no matter what. So I think it is like that with the head coach, but I don't know what it is with the GM. So hopefully that's a rule. It's about to be bad.
Yeah.
Talk to me, Q. I mean, I haven't seen this early, especially like Cy said, GM and head coach, man. I mean, who's signing the contracts, what's going on here? So if you're a player, on the Raiders right now, are you feeling a certain way? Or are you like, hey, it wasn't working, kick them all out?
I mean, man, it's in the league, man. You know what it is. It's always going to be survival of the fittest. It is unfortunate because as a player, sometimes you do have, connections with the head coach or the GM where another opportunity where like, hey, I might have been able to solidify a starting role next year. And we had that conversation or, in regards to a contract coming up. Being able to structure it where it's more favorable. And my agent had a good relationship with the head coach of that GM. Now that's all lost. Now I don't know who's coming in. So it's going to be some winners and it's going to be some losers. One thing I will say that I can agree, like Cy said, you all are from the Bay. That's the Raiders, man. It's like Al Davis. He built that organization off of being renegades, man. He did. And you got a multi-million-dollar stadium and you're going to have to put up or shut up, man, because, I mean, that stadium in and of itself was an ungodly amount. We got to win, and we got to win now. So whoever has to go, that's just how they're doing it. But that aura of Al Davis and not caring, what needs to be done in order to win, that will never leave that organization. It's like the ghost of Al. Like, that's how it's going. It is. That's just how it's going to be, man.
Yeah.
No, good point right there. And obviously we'll see how that plays out because we got the whole season to go. So we'll see how an NFL team does with no head coach and GM. And I think Antonio Pierce might be the intern. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But the head coach, I think, but ain't no telling.
Yeah, and I seen him sniffing, smelling salt before the last game. So that's
head button player.
Yeah, so that's an interesting intern. So we're gonna see what the Raiders do. But we're on to our next topic, and once again, you guys, we have the great Cyrus Habibi-Likio, phenomenal Bay Area running back coming out of St. Francis High School. Went on to be an Oregon Duck. Finished his career with Boise State. Current USFL running back. The boy has notches on his belt, and we're glad to have him here with us tonight. We're on to this next topic, man, and this is one that I definitely want to get to because, you've already mentioned a little bit the support that you've had, coming through this journey. And then obviously, Q and I being former players, we know that the transition out of college, man, that nice plush college, isn't always easy for guys. You've had success getting into pro football. You've also had tremendous success on Instagram and in social media, man. So I want to talk to you, Cy, about the transition. Was that a natural, easy thing for you, or did you have a little bit of a difficult time?
It was. I would say it was easy for me because I was so excited about the next level. For me, I was just very looking forward. If it were up to me, I did have 1 year left as well. I wish I kind of lived more in the moment, instead of, wanting just to go to the NFL, because I mean that was the goal. Um, I would say kind of the end goal was getting to the NFL, staying in the NFL, being successful. So for me, it was great because I finished my season. Went to Rep One, my agency that paid for everything. I was still living the kind of college lifestyle,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It didn't really hit me until I was in camp with the Niners. I got cut. Then I was out in Houston with the Texans for a bit as well. Got cut again, or however you want to say, got released, and then I'm sitting at home like, all right, it's crickets. Like no one's
Yeah.
calling me back. XFL's already doing their combines and USFL and all that, so they have their guys, right? So I'm like, that's when it really hit me. And I think the main thing that hit me was, at first it was the just being the man, I guess, being popular and
Yeah.
having fans and this and that, and you're so young, and I'm running the ball in front of 50,000 plus people, plus millions of people on the TV, right? And the Instagram messages and
Yeah,
all that,
yeah.
and then what it really started to hit me was, dang, everything's not free, right? I'm not getting paid. Housing's not. I was fortunate enough, like I said, I have a support system. I could go back home, but the big thing for me was the treatment. I'm like, dang, like it costs this much to get a massage. I used to get a massage dang near every other day, and it costs $50 for someone to cut my leg. Like
Yeah.
I could cut you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I could go on Amazon and it's cheaper, the cupping kit. Like I can just
Yeah.
cut myself. I
Yeah.
was getting cupped and scraped and
Yeah.
ankle mobs and all to get so that was what really hit me. I'm like, wow, I got to really start paying for stuff like food, all those things. And my girl, she was with me at the time. We just decided to move to San Diego, and I have my son. He's 10 months, so all these big things were going on. I just had my baby. All these big things were going on, and big financial, not burdens, but things were starting to cost more. You have a kid, you have a family. I'm paying for rent. I'm not at home anymore, and I'm not getting paid the way I want to in the NFL. So that was the biggest transition for me, was the financial part, and also just not having as much attention on me, because I was always good in Pop Warner, really good in high school, heavily recruited, got to go play at 2 big time universities for football. And then it's just like, boom, crickets. Like, that's it, So for me, it was just from being a man to not being a man, because I've always been a man, but just kind of not getting as much attention. And then the financial part is like, man, like, dang, like life, I
grown man now.
I had to do a lot of adulting early, and not being able to get paid how I want to for football, but I want to train twice a day, or if I got to go travel if a team calls me, so I can't work a stable job as well, if that makes sense. I can't work a 9 to 5 and support the family, because I got to be able to train. I got to be able to go travel. So that's why I kind of turned to content creating, and because I can just do it on my own time.
Yeah, that makes sense. That was a good pivot.
Yeah. So that was that for me, and luckily I was able to get picked up in USFL, and it's not the NFL, but I mean they still pay really well, and it's allowed me to support my family. And after this next season, I want to buy a house with that money from the season. So we'll see how it goes. But that was the biggest transition for me.
All right. Well, we appreciate the honesty, man. That's big time right there. And for you young athletes, there is a transition. So start to prepare for that early. We're on to our next topic. And once again, we have the great Cyrus Habibi-Likio, and we are currently on to the lightning round. The lightning round, you guys. I am excited about the lightning round.
All right.
Is our version, guys, a little word association. So we're going to put him through a little blitz. He's used to going through 2-minute drill, 4-minute drill. This is a second drill. All right. And I know this young man a little bit. So I got some questions, some comments, some things that we're going to find out what's going through his mind. This is unfiltered, and we're going to keep it at least PG-13 tonight for all the young people watching. I know he's probably got a 10-month-old watching. So we're going to rock this thing. And let me get my stopwatch ready. You ready to go, Player?
Yes, sir. I'm ready.
All right. So we got the stopwatch going. You got 60 seconds. Now, this is word association. So first thing that comes to your mind. And you want to keep it short and simple. Don't elaborate, because then you're going to get left out. So we don't just do this for fun, Si. Now that I know you're in the Bay Area, we actually got a little wager on this, man.
Okay.
So the number's 15. 15, okay? If you can get to 15 or higher, then I got to come see you and have a little dinner with you, man. It's dinner on the locker room show if you can get to 15 or higher. So
I just say a word that comes to mind, whatever you
say. First word that comes to mind.
First thing that comes to mind. Right, you got 60 seconds, and you want to get as many as possible, okay? All right, so let me get the stopwatch ready. We got him at 0. So no Oregon Ducks or Broncos think I'm cheating them, or Lancers, St. Francis Lancers. So first thing that comes to your mind, all right? All right. Number 1, first thing that comes to your mind. St. Francis High School, go.
Winners.
Marcus Mariota.
Heisman.
Cupcake or donut?
Donut.
Favorite ice cream?
Mint chocolate chip.
Best player you ever played against?
Oh, jeez.
That gets everybody.
Oh, man, I'm stuck. I don't even know. Nephi Sewell.
Dak Prescott.
Surgery.
Apple pie or peach cobbler?
Apple.
Greek food or Indian food?
Greek.
Christian McCaffrey, 43 seconds.
Versatile.
Boise, Idaho.
Potatoes.
Favorite chips?
Doritos.
Best QB you ever played with?
Justin Herbert.
Debo Samuel. He's cooking.
You said what?
Debo Samuel.
Fast.
Time. I gave him an extra second.
He was close. Yeah, he was close.
It was the best player. It was the best player I ever.
Listen, that gets everybody every week.
That does get. I'm knocking over.
That gets everybody. Don't feel bad.
That does get everybody every single week.
I play so many people. I'm like,
yeah, man.
Because I got to refresh. So let me count these up. Hold on, because we always come back and we refresh.
I would have had it if I.
That's a tough question.
And what did you say for favorite chips?
Doritos.
Okay, gotcha. All right. So let's add them up now, ladies and gentlemen. If you're in the locker room for the first time, obviously we're live, but he gets 1 extra for tech delay. So we always give 1 extra for tech delay. Keep in mind the number's 15. So if he ties it or goes past it, we owe him a dinner. So let's count them up and let's revisit like we always do in the locker room. So number 1 was St. Francis High. That's old high school. He said winners. Marcus Mariota, obviously Oregon Duck, Heisman. He's going with the donuts, you guys. That's 3. Favorite ice cream, mint chocolate chip. That's 4. He's got the best player. Sewell, the linebacker, was great. 5. He's got Dak Prescott at 6. He's got, did you say apple pie or peach cobbler?
Apple.
Okay, he's going with the apple pie, 7. Then the food, he's going 8. Then we got Christian McCaffrey, 9. We got Boise, Idaho, 10. We got favorite chips, 11. And then with the extra one, 12. 12 with the extra. So it was the best player.
Best player, yeah.
I want to be
we got
that was tough.
That's a long.
You don't want to slide anybody.
Yeah,
he played against some great players. So that was great, man. And let's revisit. He's going with the mint chocolate chip. He's going with best player, Sewell, the linebacker right there. Obviously, the apple pie. Always going with that. And then Greek food or Indian food? Which one did you go with?
I said Greek.
He said Greek.
Yeah. I don't know. It's toss up, but I'll go Greek.
That mint chocolate chip, boy. That's a gift from the Lord, boy. Right there.
And then one for the road. You going Doja Cat or Ice Spice for the road?
Oh, Ice Spice. Doja Cat's demonic, so I had to.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
See, you gotta
Ice
see
Spice it
He
is.
said Ice Spice by default, right?
By default. But wait, what, music? Or are we going? What is it? Looks? Is it?
It's whatever you want.
Well,
I know
yeah, Ice
you're the old
Spice.
lady in the house.
Yeah,
Ice
you don't
Spice.
stick,
Ice Spice.
stick with Ice Spice, man.
Okay, so there you go. The great Cyrus Habibi-Likio joining us for a little lightning round action. So we're on for the final section of the show, having a great time with this young man, superstar, USFL coming back. He signed again, so watch him make plays this year. For the Q&A section, comments is open and live. So if you've got any kind of questions for Cyrus, do not hesitate to put it in the comment section. But Q, I know you got something for the superstar.
Definitely. So what I wanted to ask you, Cy, is when a kid transferred, like when you were transferring from Oregon to Boise State, how do you reestablish yourself? You don't know anybody on the squad, more than likely. If you do, that's a blessing, but more than likely not. New playbook, new coach, new state, new everything. How do you reestablish yourself, man?
When it comes to the pass, run through somebody's face. No, I'm just playing. No. No. You got to do that, though.
Well, yeah, you got to do that, too.
Yeah. But, man, for me, right, you just come into a whole new brotherhood. So I get it. It's hard to wiggle your way in just because everybody's been together for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I think the best thing that I did that really helped me was, when I came, I talked to all the dudes. I let them know, hey, like, I'm a part of you guys now. Like, if there's anything on my end, what I can do, how I can support you, how I can make you better. That's the first thing. So I gave myself up right away, right? I just tried to be as selfish as possible. And I'll be honest, we'll be honest on here. I came from Oregon, from a Pac-12 to a Mount West. Obviously, Boise State, though, we kill a lot of Pac-12 teams. So, but you get what I'm saying. Kind of a bigger university, right? Just more money, just an overall a national brand. We all know what Oregon is. So when I came, I didn't try to big time nobody. I just told them, I'm like, hey man, like I'm a Bronco, you know what I'm saying? And there was a couple times at practice, people would be like, they would come up and hit me and be like, you're not at Oregon no more. Like, I'm like, it all comes with it, right? I get it. So I would say the biggest thing is just lend your hand out, be a helping hand, do whatever you can. Obviously, don't kiss up to people. You still got to hold your ground. There's still some type of alpha dog you gotta establish too as well. But I think the biggest thing that people look for, even when I was at Oregon, when people would transfer in, is are these guys are they in it for themselves, or are they really trying to help this team win? So that's a big thing to do is hey, I'm here to help this team win. But obviously at the same time, you want to do well yourself. But I think that really helps when you come in to a new program is, hey, I'm here to help you guys win and better you guys in any way possible. However I have to do it. That's what I would say is the big thing to do.
Do you think that prepared you better for professional ball?
Definitely, because I feel like I have that mindset. Special teams, if I got to play fullback, if I got to switch, I told my coach I'll switch to defense. I could play some backer, some strong safety, whatever it is. And some people are like that. Some people aren't. You just have the natural superstars, and like Dion, I don't think he's gonna do it his way, and that's his way.
Yeah,
but I'm not I'll be honest. I'm a very hard worker. I play hard, but I'm not the most athletic dude. I'm not clocking in at a 4.3, right? I'm not jumping the highest and shaking everybody up on the field. So for me, I know my position, and if I got to play special teams only, shoot, I'll play 10 years in the league never touching the ball.
See, that's what we wanted the kids to really hear, because we've mentioned this before on the show, is especially transitioning from college and you get an opportunity to lead. man, you got to be a Swiss Army knife sometimes.
Exactly.
You really do, man. That's what's going to get you a check. That's what's going to, what you just said right there. That's why I stopped. That is what's going to keep you on a roster, is if you need to be plugged in, we can plug this dude in anywhere.
I mean,
anywhere.
Even my highlights I had on YouTube when I was trying to get scouted to go to another league, USFL, XFL, CFL, NFL, whatever. I even will play defense.
Yeah,
you know, a lot of my film is special teams. So
see,
man, special teams is where you can make. I mean, what's his name? Slater for the Patriots.
Yeah.
He's made $20+ million, and he ain't play receiver. He just run down on. Special teams is where you go make your money.
Hey, that you couldn't have, man. I appreciate you telling these kids, man, because they need to know that, man. It's about you humble yourself, you come into work, but man, you can get paid in a lot of. You got to be able to stay on the field, man. And a guy like you, if I'm as a scout or as a someone over personnel, you making it damn hard for me to say
no. Yeah, you're right.
You making it damn hard. It's a spot somewhere for a guy like you. So that's why I'm glad these kids, because you could have transited, just like you said, you could have came and from Oregon, 4-star killer, highly touted. You could have came in with that attitude of Boise State, like I'm that dude, and you did. You had every right to, but you did.
Facts. That's what I'm saying, though. The special teams, man. And if you wanna increase your role on offense, special teams is the only way you go. If you balling out on special teams, they're gonna be like, "Oh, all right, let me look at him.
Let's see what else he can do."
Right? Mm-hmm. Special teams is it's one shot, one kill. So if you could ball out in that one play, you don't get another play usually. A lot of redos on special teams. That's the thing. Like offense, all right, whatever. I made the wrong cut in this hole. I get the ball again the next play and make it right. Special teams is very cutthroat. So if you could perform in that small gap, it's only going to benefit you and show that you could play throughout the whole game. So special teams is I've learned to fall in love with it. And same thing, like I said with the Hills earlier, I faked it till I made it. Kick return, I hated front line. I would look at that L5 and it would be a D lineman or a linebacker. I'm like, he running full speed at me. But I told myself, let me fall in love with it. Let me fall in love with blocking. And if you watch the film, man, you just got to go and take it to him. You can't wait. So the little things like that, man. If any advice to people, if you're gonna play special teams, get on that front line on kick return and go hit somebody. I'm telling you, they're gonna play you because coaches love it. It takes a lot to go block somebody running at you full speed. So that's my advice.
I'm glad you said that, though. I'm glad you said that, man. I really am.
Wow.
Yeah, man.
So proud of you, dude. So proud, man, because obviously, things could have went left a couple times for you when you went from the Bay to Oregon, when you left Oregon. But it's a testament to your work ethic, man. So keep doing your thing, and we're going to be watching this year. You guys support this young man. If there's any GMs coaching, because we know there's a lot of them that are friends of the Locker Room Show, this is a young man that you need to look at. Coach Embry, Coach Morgan, you guys need to look at this young man. So, Cy, thank you for joining us, man. Many continued blessings, brother.
Appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
No, definitely.
Yes, sir.
All right, you guys. Hey. So there you guys have it, man. That is a great young man. That is a superstar in the making. He's done a lot already, but he's still climbing that mountain, Q, and getting his money, man. He's getting his money.
Yeah, man. I like kids like that are talented, but they're humble, man. They're humble and they're hungry. And you will go a long way with that type of mentality in life, in this game and after this game, man. So, I definitely wish Cy the best and look forward to checking them out on TV, man, when they strap it up, for sure.
And that was a great question, man, because that's a whole new element that
it is, man.
A new locker room, from the portal. Yeah, and especially, if they're giving you money, like a Jaden Daniels from Arizona State to LSU, You know, how
Right.
are you accepted? How do you ease your way into that
Exactly.
locker room,
Yeah, and
man?
you gotta reestablish yourself, but it's how to do it. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like you the
Yeah.
outsider now, and you want to be a part of something greater than yourself, but you need that camaraderie with, with this new set of guys. How do I get to that point? Like I know,
How much of that is on the coaches, Q, or is it solely on the players?
you know what? Me personally, I would say it's more on the coaches, but what we really know to be true, it's more on the players. It's more on the players because they're the ones you interact with your coach, of course, but you're around you're with your teammates the majority of the time. That is who you're with on the field, obviously, and then off the field as well. So it's even off the field. Well, man, how do I bond with these dudes? I gotta strap it up with these guys, man. I'm not bringing any problems or ruckus. I want to make the program better, but it's like I want my respect, but then I want, how can I get it to where they got to show me some love too, and vice versa. We got to make this thing
Because to
work.
a certain extent, you're making a move because you're thinking that this is going to be a spot where you're going to be able to play and get off, right? So people know you're coming there a little bit for yourself, but then
Right.
you have to show them that it's more than that.
Right, you do. And again, what we've been saying, Coach, is still business, and I mean, I am coming to be the guy now. I mean, don't get it twisted, so it's like somebody's gonna have to get knocked off, but we still gotta be family. We still got games to win. We're still gonna have to figure out how to gel and get along, right? So it's a task, but I mean, as he explained, Coach, you have to go in with a strategy, man. You do. Because you don't want to be that guy, that is coming in new and can't find his place.
About that.
Yeah, man.
And probably at this level, the college level guys are a little bit more emotional and young as opposed to the pro level where they're used to.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, you used to. Boys get cut and traded, all the time. So it's not a big a deal. But but in school, it's like that's the homies. You know what I mean? Like you and myself, this is teammates that, we're in our 40s, and it's teammates that have been our guys for 20 years. 20 years. You see what I'm saying? Because of that type of bond. So it's like, man, that's important, man. And you gotta, figure out how to get it done. Gotta figure out how to get it done. Coming out that portal, man.
Good stuff right there, you guys. So, hey, hopefully you guys enjoyed this session of the Locker Room Show. If you guys have not been rocking with us week in, week out, I don't know what you've been doing, but you need to start acting right and make sure that you join us every single week. Thursdays is where it goes down, you guys. In the locker room season, we don't care if it's in season, out of season. We're going to bring you some football sauce. We cover what is going on in the industry. We cover what's going to make you better and make you get separated from everybody else. So make sure that you guys join us every single week in the Locker Room Show. Subscribe, hit that like button so that the algorithms and YouTube pump us out to all of the people that need this football sauce, that need this football education. We got more amazing guests coming. We got them lined up. Cy is amazing. We got them lined up for you guys. So make sure you come back next Thursday. Hey, a lot going on. We get into the playoffs in high school. We get into the nitty gritty in college, seeing who going to bowls, who's not, playoffs. So this is it, man. Anything for the good people?
Hey, man. Hey, Coach. Hey, I'm just piggybacking, baby. It's real. It's time to go bowling. High school guys, the same thing we were saying last week. Hey, you want to get on the map? If you're not already on the map, it's playoff time. Make plays in the playoffs. I promise you, those letters and offers are going to come when you least expect it because you're showing up against the competition in your area and these scouts are watching. Even if you think they're not, it's their job to find the best talent. So make plays in the playoffs, man, and you'll be on the map. I guarantee that.
Couldn't have said it better myself. We love you guys. See you next week, and we'll see you at the top. Have a good one.